Hey, Gaming Geek here with a double unboxing as I am receiving a lot of Kickstarter games all at once, which I knew was going to happen because all of these games were supposed to deliver earlier this year of 2020, but because of COVID, a lot of them were delayed. And so now a bunch of them are coming in all at the same time. And as I mentioned before in my previous videos, that means a ton of minis that I need to paint all at once. And that's why I was experimenting with what was going to be the best and quickest way to paint. If you haven't seen those videos, go ahead and check that out up in this corner. I actually received both Etherfields and AltarQuest in the same day. Actually, this box up here, I'm not going to be unboxing, but this is Super Fantasy Brawl, which I haven't even opened yet, but it might be a future GGGG for my channel. Speaking of GGGG, for this month of November of 2020, we have 3 of them. So check out the list here. But if you want to get in on that action, Bob the Beholder does pick one of my Patreon supporters to receive one of the GGGGs at the end of each month. So check out my Patreon page if you want to get in on that. Also, feel free to click on the timeline below in order to skip. I'm going to be doing AltarQuest first and then Etherfields. So if you only want to see one of them, go ahead and click on that. Also, what's crazy is I have 2 other games that are coming in, Dwellings of Eldervale and Last Aurora. One of them is coming in tomorrow. I don't know which one, but I'm getting notices of games being shipped. So this is just crazy. But it's good news for you because many of these games are going to be future GGGGs. So let's go ahead and dive into the box for AltarQuest first. Alright, so these unboxing videos aren't going to be super detailed or super long. I know that there are other unboxing videos that are out there. So I'm just going to be giving you sort of a quick overview of what is inside these 2 games. So this looks like a base box. And then this is the stretch goals box. Now, I did not get the Arkinspire expansion because I've sort of learned my lesson that usually I never play the expansions because there's so much gameplay in the original games anyway. And so, and also I'm confident that I'll be able to pick that up later if I want to get that. Also, they had the original 4 Heroes expansion. I also didn't get that as well because I think there are plenty of heroes in the base game too. And I actually can't remember if this is going to go to retail or not. Most of Blacklist games do not go to retail, except I did buy Street Masters from Amazon. So I know that that's retail, the base set. But not 100% sure about AltarQuest. Here we have the rule book, the quest book, and a bunch of tokens. I have played Street Master, so I am familiar with Blacklist games, the Sadler Brothers sort of style and rules for this game system. I don't remember what they call this game system where you're using cards and decks to build out attacks and abilities and things like that. So this is a board, which I won't be using this board because I made my 3D board from Dragon's Rest. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you check that out here. And one of the things I really do like about Blacklist games is you can put all of the miniatures back into the box and it has good protection for all of the minis. Now, one of the things I was wondering about with the miniatures is how much space is underneath, because I was considering magnetizing the color rings, either painting. And what I did with my Street Masters was I just painted the edge of all of the bases to be the various colors because they need to be color coded. But it did take a long time to do that. So I'm wondering about magnetizing them instead. So I'm going to experiment with that because there is a little bit of a lip underneath where I would be able to put in a magnet without needing to drill a hole. So I'm going to need to experiment and see what might be the best option. But here are some of the heroes. And yeah, for the most part, I think the miniatures are good. They did have that Kickstarter, which I didn't go in on because I have a bajillion fantasy miniatures, but the quality I'm pretty happy with, the level of detail I'm pretty happy with. all the furniture. Here's the bookcase. But again, I already made all of the furniture because my Dragon's Rest board is actually 1.5 inch squares, and so the furniture fits that as well. But I will go ahead and paint all of this and show you a painting tutorial in another video. Well, looking at this, I actually don't think any of the stretch goals are in here. So maybe this is the retail version. Here are all of the different enemy factions. And the way that AltarQuest works is you pull out a deck and you're only playing with one set of enemies, along with variable bosses and things like that. So you're not needing to field all of these miniatures for every game. Then you have the 3D doors here as well. And here's a card insert, which is actually pretty tall. And I understand why they have to make it tall, because it has to be the same level and height so that the boards can lie flat across the top. But I might opt for a different option, since I will be sleeving some of my cards, not all of them, because I think there's close to 1,000 cards in this, as well as the stretch goals. And then here are the base rings. Again, I won't necessarily be using these. So nice inserts, I think, in the base game. And then here is the dice. I did order a second set of dice. Did I? I can't remember if I did or not. I'll have to check. So, you know what? As I think about it and look at this box that says specifically stretch goals, probably that base box is might go to retail. Here's hoping that it does, because I think a lot of people were interested in getting AltarQuest but didn't have a chance or missed the Kickstarter. So I do hope at least the base box will be available at retail for more folks. But Blacklist Games is typically pretty good at having follow-up opportunities to buy, either by having another Kickstarter or more expansions. I know with Street Masters, they currently have it on a other fundraising platform. I don't remember what it's called. But here is the other board. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, so an alternative board that you can play on. And then, oh, this is really nice. It has all of the contents that are on here, so that's great. It's really nice when manufacturers create a list so that you know what's in here. So these are all of the Kickstarter stretch goals that were met, and it is a ton. So check out all of these various new heroes. So like I said, I didn't feel like I needed to get the original 4 hero expansion, because there are plenty of heroes to be able to play with here. And I think this trap is super cool. Look at that. That's awesome. And then you have the various altars, I think, that are represented by those. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different enemy groups in this. And then you have another card holder here. So pretty much with the stretch goals, it more than doubled the content. Oh, there's some more heroes. Oh, see how she's bent over? Just using hot water, I can rebend her back up, so that's not a big problem. And then an extra set of dice. And then there's a whole other tray of minions and allies and whatnot down here. I like these spike traps. Are these eggs? Oh yeah, check out these traps. Could use that for Gloomhaven. So yeah, I'm excited. So I'll be painting up all of these. Again, be checking out for my painting tutorial on that. So like I said, pretty quick unboxing video. All right, so box number 2, Etherfields. trying to remember if I've backed any other Awakened Realms games. I don't think I have. I think this is my first Awakened Realms game. And I did only get the Dreamwalker pledge. I didn't go all in on this. So check this out. This is looks like a promo for their next crowdfunding game. I know that it's not going to be on Kickstarter. I think they might be doing, maybe it's GameFound or one of the alternative crowdfunding platforms. So let's look at this real quick. Oh cool, look, you get dog tags. This is sort of cool that they did a promo for an upcoming Kickstarter, although maybe the Kickstarter is already happening. I'm not 100% sure, but that's cool. It says, welcome to Etherfields. Okay, so it's telling you what was added to wave 1 because I did opt for 2-wave shipping. So obviously this is the first wave. That's nice. This is sort of a nice touch, I think. Just a quick note to all of the backers, telling you what is going on, the process, and what to do with broken or missing items. So I appreciate that a lot. That's really a sign of quality right there. And then check this out. Oh, that's cool. Look at this. You get a whole comic book about ISS Vanguard. This is a great promo. I mean, this is good marketing on their part because I had heard about ISS Vanguard coming out, and honestly, I wasn't too interested. But by them sending me this material, I definitely am more apt to check it out. I'll definitely actually look at the Kickstarter rather than sort of not bothering to take a look at it. So good on you, Awakened Realms. So we have here the base game, the Creatures of Etherfields, which is basically the miniatures. And I did buy the add-on 5th player expansion because actually I have 6 players in my game group, but definitely needed this one. So yeah, it's a little bit unusual that they would pack all of this in such a wide box rather than stacking this on top. But maybe it was cheaper to do it that way. I don't know. But let's go ahead and open these up. Okay, this box is super heavy, and I think it's because of all of the cards that's in here. So this is the rule book. This is the storybook. Here are some pockets. I think this is so that you can store the game between sessions. Not 100% sure. Oh yeah, this is the game board. And then a bunch of tokens. Might have to grab some more token holders for all of these tokens for these games. These look like CD holders, actually. Okay, actually I'm a little bit scared. Maybe I should take a pic. No, I'll just look at this video on how to put this back together again if I don't remember. So yes, a bunch of cards. Yeah, this is a lot of cards. And we have miniatures. And I thought I'd never say this, but thank goodness that there aren't a bajillion miniatures compared to AltarQuest. AltarQuest has over 200 miniatures, and it looks like this one has less than 50, maybe. But they are bigger, so this one's going to take a while to paint up. I mean, look how awesome and fun that's going to be to paint. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a painting tutorial for the Etherfields miniatures. I don't know if enough of you make a comment below and say you want a painting tutorial. Maybe I'll do it. Or maybe I'll just do it for these bigger figures rather than the whole set, because that would just take forever. here are plastic tokens. Various beads. Some special dice. Yeah, one of the things that I don't like about token heavy games is there's never usually enough space in here to have a token box or container go into the original box. So usually I have to have my tokens outside of the original box, which I guess isn't that big of a deal, but because you know, they suggest bagging all of your tokens, but I would much rather put them in a different kind of container. Oh, this is nice, because I usually have to take a picture to know where all the miniatures go back in, so the fact that they include this is super nice. So again, I'm feeling like Awaken Realms, all of these little touches making me a fan of them. So again, I'm grateful there aren't a bajillion miniatures, but each one of these miniatures are so detailed that I want to do a good job on them. So I'm tempted to not do my quick painting method and do my normal style of painting because these miniatures are so gorgeous. I mean, look at the detail. That just looks amazing. But I have to resist, I have to let go of being OCD because, like I said, I have 200 miniatures for AltarQuest, maybe about 40 from Etherfields, all coming in at the same time. And my goal is to be able to paint 200 miniatures per month for the next 7 months. So I have to just not be anal and just do as quick of a job in order to get these onto the table, because I refuse to play with unpainted miniatures. But I'm super happy with the quality that is in this game in terms of the minis. All right, let's check out this 5th player expansion. Okay, I don't know how to play the game, so I'm not sure why there are 2 of these. Can you play 2 characters? Yeah, it looks like it. So the 5th player expansion is basically the player dashboards and these 2, the minis that come with them. Okay, so this is a lot of box for just the expansion. So what I'll probably do is just take out this plastic insert and use this as my token holder or overflow for the items that I need. All right, so that's Etherfields. I know that that was super fast and I didn't look at any of the cards, but again, there are a lot of other unboxing videos that go into more detail. I just wanted to show you a quick look at these 2 games that have just shipped. I'm so excited to be painting up those miniatures. And again, look forward to a painting tutorial for AltarQuest coming out soon. But there are so many games coming out. This is a great way to be wrapping up 2020 because the first part of the year was so bad. Go ahead and check out my previous 3 videos that again highlights different kinds of terrain and GGGGs that are going to be given away at the end of this month. As I mentioned before, there are a number of other games that are going to be coming in, so make sure to like and subscribe, and especially check out my Patreon page because we're going to be giving out a lot of games that are coming in just now. So thanks so much for watching, happy gaming, and we'll see you next time.